Travel Story by Alice Phillips. Day 1. Echoes of the Ancients in Luxor. The sun had barely reached its peak when I arrived in Luxor, but already the air shimmered with warmth and the promise of adventure. Memphis Tours met me with the smooth efficiency of seasoned pros, and soon I found myself boarding a luxurious 5-star Nile cruise boat. My cabin, sleek, sun-drenched with Nile views, felt like a floating dream. After a lovely lunch on board, we stepped onto Luxor's east bank, and my breath caught the moment I saw Karnak Temple. Towering columns, obelisks scraping the sky, hypostyle halls that whispered stories from 4,000 years ago. I wandered through the stone labyrinth in awe, the golden light painting everything with mystery. Then came Luxor Temple, smaller, but somehow even more intimate. The glow of the late afternoon sun clung to its columns. I stood there. Summary of the day. Watching the sunset over Karnak Temple felt like I'd stepped into the pages of a history book that had come alive. Day 2. Secrets of the West Bank and the river's rhythms. After a peaceful breakfast on the deck, we crossed to Luxor's West Bank, where the true magic began. The Valley of the Kings was a landscape of silence and shadow. Descending into one of the tombs, cool, painted corridors sloping downward, I couldn't believe the vibrant colors still danced along the walls after centuries. It was humbling. Then came Hatshepsut Temple, carved right into the cliffs, regal and bathed in desert light. This place had presence, just like the woman who built it. And standing before the Colossi of Memnon, I felt tiny. Those weathered giants stare across time, unmoved, eternal. We lunched on board and sailed toward Esna. Passing through the lock, an unexpected thrill. Locals waved from the riverbanks, and I waved back like a kid. As we drifted toward Edfu, dusk melted into a starry sky, and the hum of the Nile became my lullaby. Summary of the day. Descending into the tombs of kings made me realize how fleeting life is, but how storytelling like this lasts forever. Day 3. Temples of the Gods and the River in Motion. Early morning in Edfu, and the air was still cool when I arrived at Horus Temple. The falcon god stood tall at the entrance, and I felt as though I was entering a sacred dimension. This temple felt proud. Its reliefs detailed battles and blessings, and I traced the carvings with my fingertips reverently. Back on board, we set sail for Kom Ombo, where two gods, Sobek and Horus, share one temple. It's oddly symmetrical yet mystical. The afternoon light hit the stone just right, casting long shadows and deepening the engravings. I stood where priests once stood. That realization gave me chills. As we sailed into Aswan, the golden hour cast an otherworldly glow over the palm-fringed banks. It was cinematic, magical. I couldn't stop taking pictures, but nothing quite captured it, like simply being there, Summary of the day. Standing in Kom Ombo's twin temples made me feel like I'd stumbled into a divine argument frozen in stone. Day 4. Aswan's wonders and a taste of grandeur. Today was packed and perfect. After breakfast, we visited Aswan High Dam. It's massive, imposing, and though modern, it tells a story of control and power over nature. Then we moved on to the unfinished obelisk, and wow, it's enormous! Left in place because of a fatal crack. It's a fascinating glimpse into ancient engineering. I could almost see the workers, tools in hand, mid-chisel. And finally, Philae Temple. Be still, my heart. Reached by boat, it's nestled on an island, surrounded by glistening water. I walked through its gateways in awe. Isis, the goddess of love and magic, lives here in every stone. The columns were like sentinels watching over us, whispering spells. Summary of the day. The island's serenity of Philae Temple, just me, the goddess and the Nile, was a spiritual exhale. Day 5, farewell but not goodbye. Our last breakfast was bittersweet. I sipped my tea slowly, savoring every last glance at the river. After disembarking, we drove back to Luxor. 3 hours on the road, but my mind was still adrift on the water, replaying temples and tombs like a movie. Summary of the day, my final memory, the Nile's quiet shimmer in the morning sun, and the feeling that Egypt had etched itself into my soul.